This is Blanca, the host of Fired Up on True Oldies Radio, here with my special guest, Flo. How are you, Flo?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
I am in the best mood because we've been having so much fun getting ready and putting this incredible mindset into the universe that you are going to perform on the True Oldies radio station. What is it? Next Wednesday, October 28th at 6 o'clock, Flo will be on Fired Up with Blanca. So I am extremely fired up about that. So I thought, you know what? Let's introduce you to everybody so that they can get to know you and get excited. So first, tell us what are you going to be singing on the show?
Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm going to be singing two songs. One is my current single called Talking to Myself, and the second song is one that hasn't been released yet, and it's called Homesick.
Okay, and you actually wrote these songs by yourself. I'm always amazed that people can write a song. Now, did you write poetry growing up? I mean, do you just sit down and write a song? How does that work?
Honestly, when I look back at it, I was always writing songs. I sometimes come across these notebooks that I would have when I was little, and they're just lyrics. I mean, they're 5-year-old lyrics of a 5-year-old, but I was just always writing. And then at the age of 14, I wrote my first actual full song.
How did that feel after you did your first song?
I was so excited, and honestly, I fell in love with it immediately. It was just such a beautiful experience, and being able to put your feelings and tell a story with a song, there's really nothing like it.
Do you find writing songs to be a therapeutic experience?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And singing them too.
Now, tell us about what were you feeling when you wrote Talking to Myself?
Okay, so Talking to Myself, the story of it is a relationship that's not working out, right? One side wants it to work, the other one does too, but isn't really willing to put in the effort, and so it feels like you're talking to yourself, and that's where the title came from. But for me, at least, the deeper meaning behind the song is that, so my favorite line of the song is, they are going to talk anyway, which means, people are going to talk regardless of what you do. And so I think it's just so important to stick by your values and do what you think is right and just be true to yourself, regardless of what people think, because people are going to judge, people are going to criticize regardless of what you do. So
that is so true. So in a way, you're sending a message that says, I have to listen to myself. I'm going to listen to your feedback, but at the end of the day, I have to listen to myself.
You have to listen to your heart and trust, your gut.
It's interesting that we're talking about this because when you're going to meet one of our other hosts on the show, Fired Up with Blanca, Rochelle Schwartz, she just put a comment that's so awesome. She can't wait to see you next week.
Yay! Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, and she's the queen of hearts, and she's been teaching me a lot about love. She's a life coach. She's hilarious. You're going to meet her. You're going to meet a whole bunch of people in the laws of life when you come to the True Oldies. So just so everybody knows, just to remind you, Wednesday, October 28th at 6 o'clock, Flo, a singer and songstress, is going to be singing two of her songs that she wrote herself, Talking to Myself and Homesick. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I truly cannot wait. And you're going to be playing your guitar, I guess, right?
Yep.
So how did you learn the guitar?
So actually, I started playing piano at the age of 6, and that's where my whole musical journey started. But I picked up the guitar a couple years ago, and I just kind of taught myself.
Amazing. Now, were you watching YouTube videos? What was the process?
YouTube videos, everything like that, looking up chord sheets and everything, learning how to do it.
I love it. And just so people can get to know you, I understand you are a huge animal lover. You love doggies.
I love animals.
That's cool. So now who are these dogs? Are these yours or were you visiting them?
No, those aren't mine. They're called Prada's Bunch of Friends, and they're a group of therapy dogs here in Miami, and they do beautiful work. I love them, and they're so sweet. And yeah, one of my friends' aunt is the mom of these dogs, and so I got to meet them, and I fell in love with them, and they're so sweet. I love dogs and animals.
So you said your number one influence on music were your parents.
Yeah.
They taught you to love music. Are they musicians as well, or?
They're not. I mean, well, my dad's an amazing singer, and he plays guitar a little bit, and he was in a band when he was growing up, and still whenever we go back to Chile, he meets up with his old bandmates and everything. My mom's a gorgeous singer as well, so they're not like professionally musicians, but they're pretty talented.
And where are you from, Flo?
I'm from Chile.
Wow. And where do you currently live?
I'm currently in Miami. I was between Miami and Nashville, but once the pandemic hit, I decided to stay here.
How did this pandemic affect the singing for you?
How did it affect singing for me? Well, it's been a really difficult time for everyone, but especially for me, I'm actually not with my family right now because they live in Singapore. So it's been hard on that end, but I guess it's just taught me to learn to live life day by day and trying to be in the present. And of course, one has to prepare for the future and everything, but it's also something that you don't really have control over. And so learning to have that mindset and live by that has been really helpful. And yeah, I've just been writing a bunch of new songs. I love writing. It's been really good for me to write and practice and just keep working.
Well, we are so excited. We are so fired up that you are coming into the True Oldies radio station. And you know what? To celebrate. Wait, how are you of legally drinking age, by the way?
I'm 21.
Okay. So then I'm going to bring some champagne to celebrate and you coming into the True Oldies because we know we're going to see you at the Grammys before we know it. We are going
so sweet. I actually don't drink though.
Oh, then I'll make it non-alcoholic. Apple cider.
I love apple cider.
With gummy bears.
Yes, I love gummy bears.
All right, so we're gonna have a gummy bear and a bubbly apple cider party after you perform at the True Oldies. Will you hang out with us for a little bit after your performance?
Absolutely, I would love to.
All right, and if anybody wants to come over and get Flo's autograph at the True Oldies radio station, this is your chance if you want to have a cup of bubbly apple cider on me, okay? I'm going big, but seriously, Flo, your voice is incredible. It is incredible, and I know you're going to be famous, so just don't forget us when you go super to the top, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll be back.
All right. And you'll always have a place on Fired Up with Blanca and in the Laws of Life. So everybody out there watching, just mark your calendar. It's going to be a really special day on Fired Up with Blanca. It's going to be Wednesday, October 28th at 6 o'clock. And you can come to the True Oldies if you want to come visit and get an autograph and have some gummy bears with us. You can email me at blanca@lawsoflife.shop. And be a part of it. We also have Stephanie Klein with the Silver Lining segment, relationship coach Rochelle, Fired Up with Love, sponsored by Chronic Wellness International, and Greg Weldon with the Laws of Investing, Cheryl Capobianco with Sun Safe Living. So it's going to be an incredible show. Flo's going to be singing 2 of her original songs, Talking to Myself, and what's the other one called? Homesick. There we go. And Homesick. And I really am honored and excited. So I hope everybody marks your calendar and stays with us and stays fired up. And Flo, what's your number one piece of advice for people out there to stay fired up during this pandemic?
take it one day at a time, honestly. Just and be kind. I always say be kind, but be extra kind to yourself. You know, it's okay to have your moments where you're feeling down, and you shouldn't beat yourself up over that, you know? So just be kind to yourself. Love yourself.
I love it. I love it. We can't wait to meet you in person. Everybody stay fired up. And Iggy, our engineer, is looking forward to seeing you. Your comment, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday. And we'll keep posting a few more interviews as we get closer to the show. And everybody, thanks for watching, and thank you, Flo.
Thank you so much.